Who's ready for the best damn podcast of the life? Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is Champ Chat, where you have all your latest championship news from the EFL. And yes, I will change the intro for this championship segment. And we have Aaron coming in hot. It's like I just saw him 10 minutes ago for the Wrexham news and update show, The Breakfast Club. What up, dude?
Pink, it's my new obsession. Pink, it's not even a question. Pink on the lips of your lover. 'Cause pink is the love you discover. There you go. And out of absolute horror for this pink, I'm bringing some color to this podcast. Orange.
Orange.
Orange. I'm wearing an orange hat.
How about Pink Pony Club? I'm going to get you down into the Pink Pony Club. How about that? We're just going all in for it. If you missed the show about 20 minutes ago, we're at the Pink Pony Club.
Yeah, the people that weren't in for the last show are like, what the hell is happening?
What is going on here? Oh, man. Well, you know what? We shoot the rehearsal. Welcome to the Local Pundit. This is your championship chat news on the Local Pundit. And as you can see on the thumbnail, it is the end game for possibly the owner at Sheffield Wednesday. And I lost his name for 2 seconds there. This is totally
Dejphon Chansiri.
Yeah, Dejphon Chansiri. Yes, I'm sorry. I lost his name for 2 seconds there. And it says, wage against the machine. Are the Owls imploding? And by the follow-up, you have the 3 p.m. blackout lifted for the EFL, League 1 and League 2. Possible? I don't know. What do you do?
We'll see.
We'll see.
Talk about it. It'll come up.
Yeah, yes. Everyone's welcome on the show anyways, but this is the championship chat, and it's about all of the championship. Even the Millwall supporters are welcome, and the Birmingham City. So let's do this. But first thing we're going to dive into on this Monday evening on the 30th, the last day of the fiscal year for everybody, is going to be Sheffield Wednesday's financial nightmare. Is it getting worse? I think it is. They failed to play the players for the last 4 months. The June wages have not been paid. And unlike earlier this year, it's not a time for some young players to like lose out on some money. It's also hot as balls in the UK right now. So for the third time in 4 months, the EFL rules are now saying it's full effect. They have 15 days for the players for a notice, and they can quit on a free. And you're going to go into that a little bit more, but if that doesn't alarm you, nothing will. But they're in trouble. 15 days, or they're going to lose players.
Yeah, it could. Yeah, it's wild what's going on over there. Just a mess. We've been talking about it, seems like, for the last couple weeks. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And you just kind of think eventually something positive could happen, but it just keeps getting worse. So, yeah.
All right, let's do it. Dive into it. Wage the machine. Get in there, my friend. All
right. So we've got an article from The Guardian. Matt Hughes from The Guardian wrote this. So Sheffield Wednesday are facing further disciplinary action from the EFL and a possible walkout of players after failing to pay all the squad's wages for the third time in 4 months. The Guardian has learned that while some of the club's younger players received their June salaries on Monday, not all of Danny Roll's squad were paid, putting the club in breach of EFL regulations and at risk of losing players on a free transfer. Wednesday are understood to have contacted the affected players, expressing their apologies and pledging to pay them in full, although they did not guarantee a payment date. Under FIFA player status regulations, any player who has not received their contract salary on the due date for 2 successive months can terminate their contract by giving their employer notice in writing, although the club have 15 days to regain control of the contract by making the payment. So, yeah, it's could get really interesting.
It's going to go 6 to midnight real fast. So any player unpaid for 2 successive months, can now walk just after 15 days notice. And with the wages missing again, And the window being open, some young players got paid, but the veterans like a Bannon, a Patterson, a Femeo are sitting ducks. So what do they do? Can they walk? Are these players that we want to go? Is rollout for them? Like, what can happen? What can happen? Oh, apparently Rousey's at work and he can't join. Ick. There you go.
This guy always working. Always working when we're live.
Always working.
What's up with that? Those people that live on the wrong side of the world, like,
I know, just upside
their
down.
problems. Yeah, they're in upside down land. Like, what are you gonna do?
Toilet bowl going backwards. What do we make of this? I mean, this is not uncommon, not uncommon. Obviously, the owner is, what do we? I don't want to get, I don't want to get into anything of the stepping over boundaries. What do you think? Like, why is this happening? How do you let this go so far?
I mean, it's obvious. Okay, so I know last night we spoke about there was an interview that Kieran McGuire had done with the Second Tier podcast. Mm-hmm. And they had talked about, they were talking about several clubs, but they were talking about Wednesday. And he said it's kind of one of those things, nobody really knows where Chansiri's money was coming from. Everyone assumed it was coming from his family. His family owned a big tuna, some sort of tuna business in Thailand, I believe. It's one of the biggest in the world.
Schooner tuna?
I don't know what it is, but they own some sort of tuna fishing operation, something. Apparently they've got money. But he's not necessarily, I don't know that he's necessarily like a big part of that. So we don't know where his actual money's coming from.
Right.
And so they don't know if he's getting money, if he's getting money loaned to him from people, and now he owes those people back, or if it was from family and the families were saying, yeah, I got you, Mr. Mom reference.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. God damn it.
I didn't catch it until I saw it. And then,
our community is absolutely awesome.
Very good.
Tell me you didn't Google that, C-Lord. Tell me you
just. Good work, C-Lord. Now that he says it, it does pop.
Yeah. Schooner tuner.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's nobody knows where his money's actually coming from, and obviously he's out. He doesn't have any money, so we don't know if it's the family saying, "Hey, it's time to get out of here," or if it's just whoever was loaning him money won't loan him anymore because he's not able to pay it back. It's really an interesting thing, and the thing is, he's put over 200 million pounds into the club apparently.
Yep.
So he's losing his ass. He's put money in. He almost had them into the Premier League. They were in the playoff final. Mm-hmm. I think his first or second year as owner.
Yep.
And then lost that game and dropped that. It dropped them out, and they've gone downhill since. So it's like I think he kind of spent a ton of money thinking he could get them up, and then they didn't, and now they're struggling.
And now he's at the Pink Pony Club. The Pink Pony Club. If you don't know the song Pink Pony Club, come on. By the way, going back, so it is an ownership in crisis, but Chansiri has admitted he's been responsible. He has admitted his responsibility. He wants to sell the club, but values it at 40 to 60 M's right now, £1 million. Mm-hmm. That's not chump change. A little more. It's more than Reading. Okay, fine. Which shocks me in that I think Reading be a little bit more than Sheffield Wednesday. Okay. There's offers from a U.S. group that have come in and they've fallen away. But, the Thai union's profit is tanking, and I think that's the consortium that's there. So he can't keep subsidizing. So that's what I think you're talking about, the Thai union.
Possibly, yeah. That's their that's their family food empire. Yeah.
And it sounds like it's a perfect storm at this point right now. And again, listen, it's not like he hasn't put the money in. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, and you feel bad. Also, they said that too for the employees and the player and the players and fans. Yes. So,
that's terrible.
What do you think about disciplinary action? It's going to go on from the EFL.
Well, let me see. I think there's some more into this article. We can keep going. Wednesday would, they would have 2 weeks to pay the sufficient salaries to avoid mass walkout. Although the club will face EFL action regardless. The club were banned last week from paying transfer fees until January 2027 for exceeding 30 days of late payments to players in the previous 12 months. Having also paid salaries late in March and missed payroll 7 times in the last 4 years. The EFL is monitoring the situation closely and is expected to refer Wednesday to an independent commission with a longer transfer embargo, fine, and points deduction among the sanctions open to it. The Professional Footballers Association is also involved in providing support to the players. Danny Roll, the manager, is also expected to leave and was not at the training ground when most of the players reported back last Thursday for preseason.
That's crazy.
Yeah. All of the Germans' coaching staff are out of contract from Tuesday, and he is understood to be negotiating his own severance terms. So they don't even have a manager right now. The club's owner, Dejphon Chansiri, is willing to sell Wednesday and has received offers from at least 2 U.S. consortiums, but neither has met his valuation. The Thai businessman has spent hundreds of millions of pounds on Wednesday over the past decade, but his source of funding has dried up as a result of the declining profitability of his family's food empire, the Thai Union Group. That's what we got right now.
That's dead serious stuff. Preparing an independent commission right there. 3-window embargo, taking on fines. The manager's not showing up. Could there be longer bans? Points deduction?
It's a 3-window embargo now. It could be longer. And they could be adding on to that.
Yeah.
This is gonna be. I mean, there's gonna be surely points. Surely they're gonna deduct points.
Yeah.
Surely. I mean, this thing's got to be getting close to being. When does it? I mean, I don't know. I don't know enough about this, but I mean, at some point, when do they go into administration?
That's why the independent commission's going to be there for the
EFL. I mean, I don't know how that works out, what the rules are for that, how that's brought about. So that's interesting. I mean, like I've said this for the last couple of weeks. I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better.
I know. They better put some cream on it because it's like, what's going on?
Bad. It's bad. Yeah, it's bad. Might want to go get shots for this one. Might need some shots. I don't think the cream's going to work.
What happens in Vegas is not staying in Vegas.
It does not always stay in Vegas.
And, the Danny Roll thing's very interesting too. Negotiating his own exit, his own exit. If the manager is like, all right, I need to get out of here. You know what I mean? So he needs to get out of here. And could he land somewhere else? Is he a good enough manager? I think we talked about him the other day in the Champ Chat.
I think the job he's done there has been incredible. So the fact that he's definitely outperformed what they've been. Actually, in that Kieran Maguire interview, he said they had the 4th smallest budget in the championship last season. So the fact that they finished, I think, 12th or 11th, that's easily in mid-table. That's pretty incredible. I think the job he did. So I don't know. I mean, you would think there'd be teams looking. We talked about this a little bit last night. Leicester are a team, obviously, just fired Ruud van Nistelrooy. Who will they go to? Is Roll an option there? John kind of thought they may go bigger, go for a higher level coach. Somebody's coach maybe a little higher than him.
Well, yeah, because they're primed to go right back up. They're the only.
No. I don't think so. I think they're looking at a serious. They're looking at a 12-point deduction. That's a whole nother thing. They're looking at a deduction too. So he might fit right. To me, I think he fits for them. Because I don't know if they can get a guy with the deduction. They're facing a 12-point deduction for not passing the financial fair play rules last season, and possibly the next season also.
Yeah.
They may be in some serious issues too, as far as that. They may be under an embargo or things like that too. So
in that one,
Sean kind of felt like he thought they could get a higher level coach. I think Roll fits. I think he might fit them really well, personally.
That might be interesting right there. So Leicester City referred to commission charge a new financial breach. Okay, that's one right there. That just, okay. So that could come into play. So let's just say right now on what the Sheffield Wednesday and bringing Leicester, and listen, we're growing this out. We're learning about the championship ourselves. So bear with us a little bit on this note, right? On this we will get better. Listen, you got to shoot the rehearsal, as you know. Cheeky Brewer says, this is so interesting. Well, yes, it is, because, it's the Pink Pony Club. Yeah. No, I if those two teams, one, Sheffield Wednesday, and then Leicester City, are in trouble, that only helps out the rest of the league, i.e., because we obviously are Wrexham supporters. This league is no joke. This league is no joke. No joke.
Well, this is what happens. I mean, you get in, and this is why people get nervous, even, when their team talks about spending a lot of money, because you can go for it in the championship. But if you don't get where you need to get and you end up failing your FFP and you don't get promoted, all of a sudden, now you're heading into the next season and you've got financial issue. You've blown your load, basically. You've spent all your money, spent a ton of money. You went for it. It didn't work. Now you got points deduction coming, possible, transfer window bans, and it just turns into a mess. And this is what happens. I mean, that's the chance at getting to the Premier League. And that 110 million or whatever it is in TV revenue you get for getting into the Premier League, that apple that's hanging there that everybody sees and everybody's going for it. And if you spend people will spend more than they have and get themselves in trouble. And that's exactly what's happened here.
Yeah, they went over the skis.
Went for it, and it's just
they went for it. They went over the skis, but can you blame them, honestly?
No, I mean, I get it. I mean, I understand why they try. I mean, but it's dangerous, I mean, it is dangerous. So that's why.
This is the Eiffel Tower of football leagues.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Rude 2379. Rude, where are you watching from? Who do you support? And happy to have you in. We want new supporters from other teams. Other teams coming in here too. Rude says Leicester won't get top 6 this season. Looks like the EFL will hit them with some serious points.
Yeah, and there's a possibility of 2 points deductions also. So the original one that's been rumored is 12 points from the Premier League. The Premier League is after them, and then also coming into this season, they could fail again, and that'll be charged by the EFL. And we don't know exactly what that could be 6, that could be 8. We don't know where that one will end up. But because Leicester have fought these, both times they've been charged, the times previously they've been charged, they fought and they haven't turned over the stuff that they're supposed to turn over, and they've tried to weasel their way out of getting in trouble. They don't get the benefit of where certain clubs will say, hey, we breached FFP, we screwed up, this is what we did, here it is. What'll happen is, the EFL will see that and say, okay, that would have been a 6-point deduction, but because you self-reported and because you helped us out and you gave us all the information, it's only going to be a 3 or a 2. I think that's what happened with Sheffield United this season. They breached FFP and ended up, because I think they self-reported and did all that stuff, it ended up only being a 2-point deduction. So it could have been bigger, and it ended up only a 2-pointer. But I think because Leicester have fought, they're looking at a 12-pointer, and then on top of that, they could get charged for another year of it, and both of those points deductions could get applied in the same season, and that could be that. Which so think about that. I mean, for the teams that are chasing the top end of the table, all of a sudden you take a team like Leicester, who you'd think would be in the top two conversation.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they may not even be in the playoff conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'd have to have 100. They'd have to have a 100-point season just to be in the conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'd have, because they'd be starting from negative 15 or whatever they're going to end up at. They'd have to have an unbelievable season just to make the playoffs.
Well, it's good for the rest of the league. I mean, it makes the league interesting because, the teams that come down have a good shot at going back up.
Yeah.
There are a lot of yo-yos in there too. Yeah.
Yeah, it frees up a spot. It's really interesting. Yeah, but with the Chansiri thing, he also, I don't know if you and Patty talked about it the other day, Josh. I think we mentioned it a little bit yesterday. He did come out with a statement the other day. Chansiri did. He made a statement on the club website and basically said he felt like that the American consortium that had offered him money hadn't proven to him that they actually had the money, which is that's a whole nother deal, how that stuff actually works. Yeah. I think it was 3 or 4 days ago.
Yeah.
He tried to make it look like he's done all he can. He basically wanted $5 million down so he could pay everybody up. But if you're going to buy a club, do you trust Chansiri with $5 million of your money if the deal doesn't go through? You know what I mean? Now you've given this guy $5 million, and how's he going to pay you back? So
yeah, I can't find the statement right now, but it's a disbelief to joy. I mean, listen, no. So he's not. Listen,
he's broke. That's the story. He's broke.
There's only so much you can do with that.
Right.
So much to do at that point. And again, it goes back to the players. The players, obviously, but the people that work at the staff, the people that work in the club, and the fans, and that's tough. And we saw this last year going for Reading too. So this is not unusual to football. Now everyone talk about. I'm watching Man City beat Al Hilal right now 1-0 in the Club World Cup, but then they have some charges against them too. But I think it's
all right.
Yeah,
we'll get them next season.
We'll get them next season. I agree. We'll get them next season. Yeah, but what I'm saying is like this is not unusual, and which is sad because if you don't run a proper business, this is how it goes down. And Chansiri's, the Owls are just they're imploding, and we're gonna watch this. We don't watch it with joy on any way, shape, or form. He was sport because there's a lot going on. James Lee's about to pop in. James Lee's gonna hot take. James Lee coming in.
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her. Hold on. At least he has a shirt on.
Another club that I've read that's in financial situations is the Shrimps. That's a little bit north of Liverpool and all of that. They're having payment situations going on. Like, what the fuck is going on over in Europe with these shitty owners not paying their people? Like, tar and feather these people. Shame them. Run them out of town on a rail, old school style.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah. Oh, please,
seriously.
Don't get us demonetized, please. God. Jesus, God.
No, seriously. I mean, think about that. If we had the football system here in America like they do over there, if that happened in Bakersfield or, I don't know, Indianapolis or Kansas City, Kansas, to one of the local, we would, man.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a Cowboys fan, and I can't wait till Jerry Jones is handshaking Satan. That's why I felt so bad for Reading. I'm glad those people are coming out on the better end of it. I feel bad for Sheffield Wednesday. I feel bad for the Shrimps people. I feel bad for my Hammers in that.
So are you telling me that the Cowboys have a deal with the devil?
Look, we
James,
haven't won since '97,
I mean,
broke me.
it's not a very good deal.
and I was a freshman in high school. That was almost 30 years ago.
James, you just broke me, my friend.
Okay.
Okay.
Thankfully, on the opposite end of that, I'm a Spurs fan, and they are the model NBA franchise.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta quiet my dog down.
Okay, go on, dude. You just broke me right there. Oh,
I'm sorry.
Really
I'm a small market guy. I'm originally from Beaumont and Port Arthur, Texas, which is a refinery town. It's a blue collar town. Our college there lost our football program for a long time because of piss poor management by the university. No, dude. These type of people need to get ran out of town on a rail, publicly shamed, and not their corporate money. Their personal money needs to be used to square debts for these clubs that they own.
So, what do you make of the Chansiri thing about him? About
bankrupt him. If he can't sell the club, whatever they're in debt for, if he does, nah, dude, we're seizing your assets and deuces.
I think that's the problem. I don't think they can. That's the problem. They legally can't. That's where the problem comes in there. And that's
and then that's where as if I was one of his players, like the next time he showed up there, walk-in closet, come to Jesus meeting.
Well, but instead, all right, that's the hot take. What's the reality take? Now, what's the reality take for you? That's your take, hands down. That's it. Get him out.
Yeah, I mean, it's get him out by any means necessary. As the governing body, the EFL is duty bound to their well. See, that's the thing. Does the EFL even have a players union?
Well, in the chat,
they have the PFA.
They have PFA, yeah, for sure.
They have the PFA.
Yeah, I love it.
I mean, if they don't have a players union, I don't know, but the league owes it to those guys to get these piece of shit owners out of there and bring in quality owners.
Yep. It's good to have just someone just telling how it is. I like it. Wayne says, without TV rights money, not many sporting clubs in the world would turn a profit.
Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah, too.
That's absolutely right.
Yep, there's a point.
Not with the way not with the money players are making now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nowadays, I mean,
that's the problem. Players make so much money that you can't afford.
Well, I made the comment earlier today because Arsenal let one of their top central midfielders, defensive midfielders, go today because he didn't want to come to an agreement on a new contract, and he wanted to go from making $150K a week to $250K a week, and it's like, dude, you're like, okay, let's shoot for the moon, Wrexham.
Yeah,
I know it's not happening, but wow.
Yeah, we're going for it. But Matt Al says, "I up to us both." Two things we get you out of here before we move on to this next topic. One is probably the most important, and two. So, what do you think of the Champ Chat color scheme? And be nice.
Don't be nice. Tell him how bad pink is.
Pink Pony Club. I love it. I think it's great. Producer Ann loves it.
I have 3 little girls, so I can't. I've got pink all over my house. So, in my youngest daughter's room, she's got a 6-foot stuffed unicorn from her late grandfather. So, we've got pink all over my house.
Good. Chicky Brewer is enjoying it too. Chicky, I just saw your message right there too. Also, do you like the Champ Chat? Tell us what you want more about the Champ Chat, the Championship Chat. Tell us about that too. What do you think? You like this? Do you like this series that we're doing? Championship Chat. Okay, cool. Anything you want to see?
I'm waiting for movements, man. On because I posted it in the chat because I watched Tom and him and his drone shots, and from what he's saying, he has seen 3 other signees come in besides Hardy, and he just, because he has respect for the club and that, he's not releasing names, no images of them or that. So I'm like, let's go. Let's get this ball rolling. I'm ready.
All right, so you like Champ Chat about the whole league, and you like the colors.
Yeah.
Done. Yeah. Aaron's fired.
Can we kick him out of here? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
We got the only guy in the chat that likes the pink.
I love
How'd that happen?
I love it.
I'm a girl dad, dude. What do you expect?
Yeah. Kobe. All right, get yourself out of here, James. Bob and show yourself out.
All right, guys. Up to town. Hook him.
He hooked him out.
He went hook him.
He went hook him. Yeah, done. Boom, done. Champ Chat is cool. There we go. I need to learn the league beyond Wrexham. Absolutely.
This is why we're doing it. This is why we're doing it. And we're going to try to keep this show more general championship based.
Yep.
I know sometimes like we get in our heads, and I've already did it once this show, and I had to stop myself. I want it in your head, we're Wrexham fans. We all know this. But we want to make this show a show where anybody from any of the championship teams can come in and enjoy it. This show will be more general championship chat, and that's why, like right now, we're doing the Sheffield Wednesday thing. We got another topic coming up that's interesting. That's kind of deals with the whole thing. So, and it's a good place for people to learn that don't know the championship. And we can find out about some of these teams. It's good stuff.
Invite your friends, invite your neighbor, invite your dog, invite your cat. Let's do this. Invite Bigfoot. Let's do this. On that bombshell, we'll move on to the next segment, which will be interesting one. You said you didn't see this one. Neither did I. Do we quite believe?
This one popped out. I missed it, but now that I'm thinking, I've been thinking. I think they did this last season too, for the first weekend. So we can go ahead and get into it. But
I thought this was interesting. This was from. I'm going to bring it up so you're not thinking for full of crap. But this came from Insider Sport. Okay, this is Callum Williams on the 26th. This kind of went under the radar the other day. EFL to remove the 3 p.m. blackout for start of the 25-26 season. As you all know, there is a blackout for the 3 p.m. games, and it's not great. Every game during the first 2 weeks of the upcoming EFL Football League season will be broadcast live on Sky Sports, which means it will be broadcast for us in the States. Starting on August 1st, all Championship League One, we'll pull this down because it's ugly. League One, League Two games will be available the week after the championship season starts on August 2nd. August 8th. Every game from match week 1 will be available to watch on Sky Sports. Now, let's talk about this. So, is it Super Sky now? Are they test driving this to see how?
I don't know. See, for some reason, I was thinking in my head they did this last season, and maybe they didn't, but I think they did. But it's not. I mean, obviously, I think just in general, I think the 3 p.m. blackout is stupid.
Would you know why though? Do you know why though? Right?
I mean, they do it to help protect teams.
Well, they
want people to show up. They want people to go to games.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to have that big of a here's the problem, okay? Let's say your team, all right? Our team is going to go play at Sheffield United, okay? They give us, I have no idea what their allocation is, but let's say 5,000. Okay, They give us a 5,000 allocation to go watch that game, okay? It's on a 3 p.m. on a Saturday. So there's only 5,000 fans from our club that can go to that game, and the rest of us can't even watch it. If you're in the UK, obviously. Now, for me and you being in the US, we have more access to the game. We have better access than the people that live there, that live in Wrexham. It's disappointing. It just, to me, that it's unfair. I understand like the thoughts of it, but I also think it's pointless.
But they're saying they're going to showcase the league. That's their official line. They believe maybe they're testing the appetite for the full access.
I hope so. I hope they are. Because here's the thing. Like, you can't, for us in the United States, if there's a league, you can watch every game.
Every game.
Every game. Does not matter.
And by the way, not to say don't do this, but they've found a way to do it not on the books either for themselves as well everywhere else in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Now, I do think I think some of the argument, and I almost think it's almost you'll hear people that argue it will say, well, the lower clubs in the lower leagues will struggle to get people in, because if there's a Premier League game on at 3:00, and let's say Macclesfield kick off at 3, most of the Macclesfield fans will stay home and watch the Premier League game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not convinced that that's completely true. Maybe there's something to that, but to me, I don't think it work. I don't think it'll work that way. I think you'll get more fans. It'll help you because you get more eyes on the product.
Yep,
You know what I'm saying? That's my thought on it.
I agree with you. There's a pro and a con there. Okay. If you're not local, it's a win. But not for us. I'm saying if you're not local, let's say you're down south, whatever, it's a win. But clubs worry about the attendance. They're going to dip possibly. And it's a tradition, the 3 p.m. kickoff. It's so 3 p.m. was sacred for some, so to go to the matches. But I don't think it's 2025, 26. I agree with the fact that, there's you want to get people to go there too, but still, if they're going to do it, I think this is actually to test the appetite.
See, Matt, I think it's on a good point here. If that game is sold out, there should be some way to watch it. And I agree. Because if you can't get a ticket to go watch a damn game, how are you supposed to watch it? That's just another point.
Yep.
And that happens in the United States. Sometimes they will black out, like NFL games.
Oh, they do.
If they don't sell them out, or if they don't get a certain amount, they'll black them out. If in the area, though, it'll just be in that local area. It'll be blacked out. You can watch, like said, the Indianapolis Colts don't sell out. They'll black out the Indianapolis area. But if you live in, Kentucky or Tennessee, you can watch the game. You know what I mean? So I can understand a localized, block if that's doable. But
global, now it's a global. The global rights are global.
Think about how hard, especially this season. I know we're trying to keep. I just talked about not making this Wrexham centric, but this is kind of a good point. Wrexham we're going to have less fans in the stadium this year than we had this year before. It's going to be harder to get to those games.
Yep.
And so if you're a Wrexham fan and you want to watch the game at 3 p.m. on a Saturday, if you don't get a ticket, you're shit out of luck.
Yeah.
Unless you pirate it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people I know they're trying to fight against that, but the rules are literally driving people to that.
Yep.
And I think they're missing out on money. I think people would be happy to pay a flat fee to say, what's the streaming service? What do they do right now? Sky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sky. So I think people would be happy to pay Sky if they knew they were going to get every game that they didn't get to go to. I think they'd be happy to pay that. And that would put more money into the UK, and that would give Sky more money to be able to give a better TV deal to the Championship, to the League One, to League Two. You know what I mean? It's more money that goes in there. I think it's, I think like Matt, I was right there, a VPN, and you can take care of it, and people are going to that. But if they just let people watch it and charged them to watch it, people would do it.
Yeah, at this point, people will do it. Sky is so expensive in the UK.
You're always going to have people that would pirate it. That will pirate it.
Yes.
But I think if you gave people a legal way to do it, then I think there's a good chance you'd get a lot of them that would just do it the legal way.
And people, I think the Wrexham case too is the fact that we've been watching Wrexham for 3.5, 4 years now in the National League, League Two, League One. You don't think that people around the world, now there's not millions of people, maybe, but you want to go do that. I thought about this. Is it a test case for the Premier League? If it works here, the EFL, which I think is, all League One, League Two, and Championship possible. Don't be surprised if maybe there's a Super Sunday, Super Saturday. Are they testing this? And it's probably, and maybe that's something that they're doing. UK fans says Root 2379. UK fans get screwed. Pretty much everyone else in the world can watch the game they want. That's true.
Yep. It's absolutely true.
Yep. Matt Al says the VPN. There you go. And Matthew would pay the money, and he'd pay it. And also, Sea Lord says, "Preach, Aaron." I think Aaron's better on the Champ Chat than he is on the Breakfast Club.
Why are you shooting? Why are you making it sound like I'm not good on the
I'm just saying.
Club?
You
Was
see
that necessary? Was that necessary to take that shot that you just took?
I think it's a color scheme thing. I think it's a color scheme.
Orange.
Yeah, orange. I don't know,
orange.
man.
Fluorescent orange.
Fluorescent orange for sure. Matt Al says there must be some loophole where we could turn up at the ground, enjoy the pre-match, and watch the match. Yeah, that's true on a big stream. No, listen, anything is possible, Matt Al, and anything is possible. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's in it for me. It's just I just find it so it's asinine to me because it's just like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, I feel like they're just leaving money on the table. You know what I mean? Because you could literally think how many people would pay in Wrexham that can't get a season ticket because we've only got so many that aren't going to be able to get to the games because there's only so many general allocation tickets available.
Mm-hmm.
Just think how much money they're leaving on the table.
Yeah.
By not doing that. I don't know. It makes no sense to me, but.
Well, there is a callback to about you referring to Wrexham, and I'm not, like I said, you don't want to lose your locals, but the global fans for Wrexham and the EFL are growing.
They get them up, and then they didn't, and now they're struggling. Sorry.
Well, yeah, there you go. Yeah, he's watching himself.
I was trying to chat.
There is something there to say, basically, that you don't want to lose your local fans, and I respect that a lot. But again, I think they're shooting themselves in the foot. But yeah, I get that. I do like that. Esteban says global fans are the reason, and Leapin says sorry to potty mouth. Sorry, that's a problem. And Esteban says I feel so goddamn fortunate that we have been able to get as many games as we have. Absolutely too. All right, I think we covered good Champ Chat daily news and update show. We're working on this. Patty's gonna be doing some. Ken's doing some. We're doing a lot of stuff. Yeah, you go. 3 points, 13 points.
13-pointer.
13-pointer.
He said I look like I'm about to shoot an 8-pointer. I shot a 13-pointer this year.
There you go. See that? There you go. Welcome to Aaron's world.
Now all our fans that are vegans hate me now. Thanks, Nick. See what you did.
Come on now. Be nice. All right. That was good. We did 45 minutes on the Champ Chat, which was great.
Yeah, that was quick. That went quick. That was really good.
That's what I'm saying. I think you're better with the pink and the light blue. I don't know.
If we could get rid of the pink, orange and blue go together. Like orange and blue does go together.
I'll work on it. How's that? I'll work on it.
I mean, we could do fluorescent orange.
Okay.
Fluorescent orange and black's even better.
God, Aaron's making creative decisions.
Do
you want to call producer Anna and tell her?
No, I don't have her number.
Okay, good.
I will continue to wear this orange hat on Champ Chat until I get this color changed.
Good. And Aaron looks like he's Dan Campbell's cousin. Yes. All right.
I love Dan Campbell.
I love Dan Campbell.
Awesome. That dude's awesome.
All right, that was fun. Be prepared maybe for another tomorrow. There's definitely a Thursday show too. Just top of the line if you want to go back and do it.
Yeah, we'll do members only. Members only on Thursday. We'll be back to that. We got 3 more clubs. I need to double check, see which ones we're doing.
Yep.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
And I'm not looking. I'm not doing it.
You gonna be on with us? You gonna come on with us and hang out? You gotta lead that shit. You gotta be on and lead us around. Like you gotta throw to us. It works better when we got you on there, and me, Patty, and Ken can do our thing.
You want me to come on? I'll come on.
Yeah, you need to come on, and you just kind of keep us. Plus, we can really shit on you about the pink.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, if I'm allowed on the show, I'll do it. I love it. Top of the line, hours are imploding. That's what we did right there. Players are ready to walk. The EFL is a fucking mess on their hands. Actually, I'm going to say it. They have a fucking mess on their hands. They got to sort that out. And 3 p.m. blackout. Going to be a thing of the past? I don't know. And, you know, the championship's going to be an absolute banger. Up and down, literally 6 to midnight all day long.
Yes. Yes.
All day long.
And make sure you go to the YouTube channel if you're a member. Get on the posts. Look at my little article we posted last week. We'll be posting another one on Thursday. More coming. Everybody seemed to like it. I'm glad. I was really proud of it. So check it out. Let me know what you think. If you have any, here's another thing. If there's anything you'd like to hear me write about, get my opinion on something, because that's kind of what I want to go with it. I think I want to make it an opinion piece type thing. You know, so you know, every once in a while I might throw something out there, might piss off a few.
Yeah.
I definitely could see a pink champ chat issue. Like maybe we do a story on the pink, why it's bad. Maybe that's coming. I don't know. Maybe not.
That ain't coming.
It'd be funny.
Aaron will not be back next week. This is
I'll get kicked out. I'll get kicked out already. But yes, go on there. Make sure you like it. Check it out. I replied to everybody that commented on there. I made sure I replied to them and thanked them for commenting. So everybody get in there. Let me know what you think.
And he's raising kids and working and being a dad and a husband.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm building a demolition derby car for my 12-year-old.
Yeah.
So that's fun. And by fun, I mean not fun at all. It's a lot of work. So
keep going.
I love it. It's good stuff.
It's 110 degrees out here. It's 7
super hot outside. Yes.
Yeah. Matthew says, "Happy Canada Day tomorrow, Independence Day for you too." Yes.
Yes.
Happy Canada Day. Yes. Happy. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Is that Canada Day tomorrow? Is it the July 1st is Canada Day? Okay, cool. Yes. Happy Canada Day to everybody.
Sea Lord, someone will help you out to do that. It's just you have to be a member to do it. You should be able to do it, so which is great.
Sea Lord of Bravos, go onto the YouTube. I just checked it on my phone. If I don't know if you're on phone or on computer, go to the YouTube channel, the actual local pundit channel, and there's little tabs, and one of them says posts. And if you click on that one, the very first top post on there, it'll say members only, and it'll say the title. The title was the most wonderful time of the year. It'll say, and it's right there at the top. Click on that. It'll bring up the whole thing. It's like 6 paragraphs, 7 paragraphs, something like that. But it was really good. So check it out. Let me know what you think.
Self-promotion is everything. And on that, we will see y'all soon. Well done, Aaron. Good job.
Yeah.